Hi, everybody.
Hey everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with,
The raspberry beret guy.
and me, Lemonhead.
Yes, you are a lemon head.
Me,
Sour but chewable.
me, Banshee. Welcome to the show, everybody. Hey Kara, I see you made it. You
Hi,
woke up.
Kara. Hi, Gina. Hi, Jackie.
Hey
Hi,
Gina.
Crystal. Hello to everyone.
Hello to everybody. Hi. Welcome. I had to be pulled away dragging and kicking from the Lions game. Far cry from last week's game. It's close, but they're leading and seeing some really great plays so far in the first hour. So 14 to 7. I'm sure it's going to be a tight game today. All right, so let's get rolling here. Here I've added you to the list.
Yes, thanks, Jackie. It is great when people remember things. I mean, after all, it is pretty regular, our show, and we usually let people know in advance if we're not going to be broadcasting. But the sad fact is, I'm almost positive that it's a combination of how YouTube sends out the notifications once I hit the button that says we are transmitting, and the fact that I have to get to that. And so sometimes, I'm a little behind, and so I don't get us live until 10 to 5 to. Sorry.
And he wasn't watching the game either, so that's
I
kind
have
of
no
interesting.
excuse other than being busy because she's watching the game. I have to do all this setup and all this other stuff.
I set up the table here. I mixed up all my cards. I got us our Lenormands. What else did I do? I'll
Not
think about
enough.
it. Well, it's hard for
Hi,
me to
Angel.
carry all that stuff. Hey, Angel Rivera. I see you had a new video out about the decks for the hard times. I'm going to try to catch that later.
Yes, bickering has started already.
There's about Oracle decks for these hard times, too. So I'm curious about your list there. All right, and we'll get you on the list. I want to get this
Yeah, it's a
out
nice t-shirt.
right now. Who's got a good tea? Oh, I've been wearing it a bit. I was going to switch to a lion shirt, but my short sleeved one is in the wash, and it's a little warm in here for the long sleeve for me. Not some of us who wear even jackets in this weather.
I didn't know she was going to turn off the air. Did she tell you
I
that?
made a mistake on that, but it wasn't that bad in here. I think it only read 74, by the way. Anyway, the Ghost Whisperer is the card I drew for the collective, and it says, be still in the whispers that ebb and flow through the silence. And of course, I am using the Seasons of the Witch Oracle, and it's number 18. All right. Okay, the keywords are messages, warnings, and guidance. Your higher self chose this card because it represents the receipt of messages, especially those that come from someone in your past. You may have a chance to find closure, or you might reconnect with someone who was once meaningful to you. Have you been thinking about someone in particular? Perhaps an ex, an old flame has entered your mind recently, so consider reaching out to them. They may need to speak with you about something important, but don't have a way of contacting you. A simple conversation, even just small talk, can open your eyes to a clever solution to a problem that has plagued you. The person may be a permanent fixture in your life, possibly. Should this card fall from the deck? Well, it's not, it didn't come up reversed. I'm pretty sure it did not when I pulled it. So I'm not going to read that part because I don't believe that's pertinent. Okay, so basically messages, and interesting, you might get I think too, this is more talking about somebody coming back from the past, not somebody who necessarily ghosted you, but somebody who's just been, back in the shadows, who's maybe been forgotten about for a while, who may come back into the picture. Or maybe you've been thinking about them and it's bringing them back in the picture. So, what's stopping you from contacting them? It might be, a real nice reach out and touch someone. It's kind of like what happened with my going to the reunion, the high school reunion in October. Old friends coming back and connecting with me again. So, why wait for them to contact you, though, when you can contact them?
However,
However, uh-oh,
it does say Ghost Whisperer, and
yeah,
ironically or otherwise, Banshee and I have both
oh,
perceived little shadowy
yes, we
things
have.
scurrying about or trying to get our attention. And I noticed that one of our cats, Sunny, seemed to be looking at something I couldn't see. And it was kind of funny watching his eyes follow. And I kept looking like, is it a little flea? Maybe it was, but I don't really think so. I don't think I saw it. So I've seen things move out of the corner of my eyes that look like vague shadow shapes.
And mine was a pretty good sized. I mean, it was still kind of cat sized, probably like shadow sized in a way. Going into the
Shadow's a
bathroom
big
last
cat.
night after I was leaving, it was literally like we were crossing each other. And I looked and I didn't see a cat. Sassy was the closest cat and she was on the landing. And so I was just like, what the heck was that? So that just happened to me last night.
Yeah, well, mine happened earlier today, but some have happened every couple of days that something like this may happen.
Well, the veil is thin, and these
It
things
is
are
almost
likely
thin.
to occur. So who knows? It could be a ghostly apparition. Hey, I can't rule that out.
The way we walk is thorny.
There you go. So that's what I have for the collective. All right. So we're going to move right on. Did I get Angel on the list? I'm pretty sure I did. Let me post that.
And Lena wants a spirit reading for October, November, and December.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really picking up stuff, and I mean, I'm starting to get in a dreamy mode. I haven't had any full dreams that I remember, but I know for a fact I have been dreaming, and I wake up and it's like lost, or else it'll be just a little snippet of it. And so I'm hoping that maybe something is trying to come through and will, and maybe it's coming through in other ways now. We'll just have to see. We have an interesting, bizarre week of cards again this week. I wanted to say that before you get started. And just one other thing about it. Stay tuned for our WTFTFT because it may relate to some of that. Okay.
All right, spirit reading for October, November, December. Our first card is the Six of Pentacles,
Upright.
upright. And then the Stars, which is also upright.
Nice.
And then the Eight of Swords reversed.
Wow.
It's always tempting to start at the end and work from that
No,
direction.
I think they all just really fit perfectly, but I can see why you want to do that.
Well, go ahead.
I think, things are starting to maybe, Spirit is saying, in these months ahead that you are asking about, things are starting to level off a little bit for you, Lena. And things are going to start to improve. Everything's going to be in balance. Everything what's coming in or going out is going to be in equal measure. I think here with the God, what's the middle card again?
The Star.
The stars. You're going to be starting to feel a lot more optimistic. And may I say, with that last card here, very empowered, more self assured, more confidence, less self doubts or things that, barriers that may hold you back inside. You're feeling a lot more confident about and being in your power.
Well, these cards represent something probably pretty darn good happening
Yeah.
in those next few months. I even vaguely feel intuitively that the Six of Pentacles could be saying that if you were trying to change your job or get a promotion or advance your status in certain financial or employment ways, this could be an indication that maybe it'll happen, that maybe there'll be some sort of exchange of whatever that takes you in that direction of, a better job or promotion of some sort. And the stars almost backs that up too. It just sort of indicates something good could be coming to you. And it frees you in a way, or it frees you from a perception of yourself that you felt you just weren't accomplishing as much. You felt like maybe things were against you, or you just seemed to be limited or unable to project yourself in these ways. This will really change it. This will give you such a good boost of confidence.
Well, that's always something.
What is that?
Well, that's a
Oh,
lilies.
the lilies. Okay.
But
Oh, but indeed. Rascally snake.
snake has been coming up a lot in these cards. I'm checking to see if any of these cards are bent, but I
So
don't think
you
so.
admit it's your fault.
Well, it's kind of like our reversed cards. Why? Why? Anyway, um, that's an interesting way to end this, but this is like over the months ahead. And I feel here that maybe it's going to take some time for you to stop sabotaging yourself. I think that, things are going to improve for you once you truly feel your power. And when you start really feeling more confidence returning and all of that, this will pass. I think maybe this is saying too that this will pass. That for a while there, you may have been, sometimes we don't even realize the ways we sabotage ourselves. And so I think this comes after that. This is the time to free yourself from the negative speak or or the lack of confidence and move forward in a more positive direction.
I might favor the more, implicit idea that the snake card ties more in with that eight of swords in a more current time frame, i.e., the realization of your own self-deceptions, or like I said before, your lack of confidence or lack of believing in yourself, which is a form of a self-deception, frees you once you free that. And it is a process to work through. So it does put a context that this happens throughout those months. And maybe what I said originally, like maybe it was tempting to start with this card, realizing that somehow you dispelled these notions about yourself, or perceptions, and this was able to give you more confidence and more of the ability to focus on bettering yourself.
I think things are going to be looking up. I do think it might take, maybe longer in that period to get there, but I think that things are really going to start looking up for you. So good luck with that.
So that's what we have, Lena. Good luck.
Jackie is up. Hi, Jackie.
Hi, Jackie.
All right.
Veil is thin.
I like my t-shirt collection, but there's always room for more. I've been looking at some interesting t-shirts lately.
That's like me talking about my coffee drinking collection.
Oh,
There's always room for more.
well, I guess.
I actually do peak out on coffee. I don't like to drink coffee as much once it hits to 2 or 3 the afternoon. The only exceptions are having dinner somewhere, maybe with people. I might sip it, but normally I don't like to drink coffee in the afternoon. All right, what are you doing?
Well, the question is, do any of my ancestors visit me, or does it look like my guides are not my ancestors?
All right,
I'm not sure how to.
pull those together.
Yeah,
Well, let's just try for the beginning and then see,
see if it
maybe
makes
we
sense.
throw a quick yes or no at the end. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, I like that. All right, let's use this beautiful Garden of Enchanted Creatures.
Mr. O feels a little tired today. He needed that extra coffee.
Yeah, you got the extra. That's fine. It's fine. I took I mixed some of the iced tea you had in water, so
Mm.
I'll get a little caffeine there. All right.
Hi, Christine. You sure may. Oh, okay. That's coming up too, isn't it?
Okay.
You want me to put it on the list?
I will. It's all
Alrighty.
right. I'll get it in a minute. I'll let you start the reading once I.
Okay.
Well, well, this is interesting. It's starting with the Nine of Pentacles upright. The nine. What is up with this? This happened on Happy Hour. It's kind of funny. It happened with the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Cups. Now you got the Ten of Pentacles reversed here, which is interesting because you're asking about ancestors.
Oh, good
And
point.
then we have the Six of Pentacles upright. Hmm.
And that Six of Pentacles been showing up a little more often
Yeah,
too.
you're right. It just came up in the last reading. Different deck.
All right, so our Lenormand are the moon and the bouquet.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, go ahead. I'm going to get Christine on the list.
Okay, so let me look at that again. That was kind of interesting. Um, do they visit you? I think it's interesting. I think the Nine of Pentacles presents that idea that there's something comforting to them, possibly in your presence, or that you are comforted by their presence. And it may seem to say to me that even if you don't directly perceive them, they may be there, maybe any comfort you feel in your normal day or your life circumstances is because of their presence, whether you sense it or not.
This is a real interesting reading, and I can make it like really short. Really short. Because, yes, I agree with Mr. O that there's a comfortable feeling about whoever is visiting you, and you feel comfortable with it for the most part. But when I saw the Ten of Pentacles reversed, I thought to myself, maybe they're not always ancestors. Maybe they're not always your ancestors. And then I'm seeing the the Six of Pentacles here. And I'm kind of thinking sometimes it is, and sometimes it's somebody else. Maybe your guides and ancestors aren't all the same. I mean, surely ancestors can be guides, but other guides could be surfacing here, is my feeling when I saw that. And I also think here that maybe it's an equal measure, that you're getting a little bit of both coming your way. I just felt that way when I saw those cards. And what I'm thinking here when I see the moon and the bouquet is that to make your ancestors more inviting, if that is what you are hoping for, give them gifts, honor them more. Speak to the ones you would like to see, or speak to the fact that you would like, ancestors who have your best interest at heart to please come through and, advise you, or, just be there with you at times that you need them. Okay, I made it fast.
You almost did. Uh,
Well, the whole thing's done.
I think it's wonderful if you have these perceptions, depending on, what they really make you feel or how your perceptible moment is going on there. I sometimes feel the presence of certain grandparents or people, but I don't feel for sure that there's a real big interaction. It's just more like a memory or a presence of them. And so I should take Banshee's advice too, because I don't always work with honoring ancestors on a regular basis. Uh, so I do like what she said, though. Are you saying that the Ten of Pentacles reversed represents something of a disconnect, or?
Yeah, I felt that what it meant was that it's just not always ancestors. I mean, I just feel that it's reversed to tell you that, hey, because this is such a comfort card, number one, and the Six of Pentacles kind of indicates, I feel, that some of them are there for you. But that card in the middle is saying, no, 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 wait. But considering all the better cards here, I really feel what it's saying is it's not just us. It's not just us coming through.
Well, at what point does a soul or spirit's evolution in the other side take it from being an ancestor to being a guide or being someone's guide? Maybe we all have incredibly ancient ancestors from long ago, but maybe they work as guides for ourselves or for other people, just due to the circumstances of enlightenment of the soul and or how many times incarnated, etc., all those, factors like that. So it on that basis alone, it probably makes it very likely that they're both, if not just for you but for other people. I don't know, does that make sense in a way?
It does.
Okay.
What I
Was that a
grabbed of
trick
it, I was
question?
trying to update the list.
Okay, so that clarifies it too, then what you said.
Okay.
I'm more likely to feel the presence of my grandparents that I knew, and I just haven't put any feelers out there for something beyond that. I have a sense of some ancestors way back, but I haven't thought about connecting with them.
It's really tough for me. For a while there, I think my father's mother was hanging around me. Um, Not necessarily always in a good way. And I think here that for some reason for me, it does seem to be because my mom had so many siblings and it was such a big family on my mom's side in particular that I feel this resonance with the people who have passed. They're all gone that are around me more than those ones that go further back. You know what I mean? I
A
feel
little
more
bit.
connected and feel that energy from them. And I'm just not sure I'm resonating to the ones that are further back. So, but they may be there. I just maybe need to explore it a little bit more.
We were ruminating on one of my ancestors, and it's turns out it's apparently my great great grandfather. He was born in 1878 in France or Belgium, and he came to America about 10 years later, 1888, with his folks. But his birthday is the same birthday of two of his great great grandchildren, my son and my son's second cousin, my cousin's son. They're like second cousins to each other, but they those three have the same birthday. And then in addition to that, her brother had that birthday, and my mom's mother had that birthday. So that's like five people with one birthday.
Yeah. That beats anything in my family that I know of.
It's very
But I
odd.
mean, there are people, I'm on the same birthday as one of my mother's brothers. So,
But I mentioned some of this once to somebody, and they thought that it did mean something really karmic or spirit connecting these lives. Nobody knows what it is, so.
well, that's what we could figure out for you, Jackie. I hope that gave you some insight there. Good luck with that.
And we blathered a little bit,
And
but
we blathered. Well, the list is short, so far,
that's
so we
right.
can blather.
All right, so
All right, I got the
properly
list
it's us.
updated. All right.
Yeah, I know
Sapphire
you're within a week or two of that, aren't you, Christine?
So Sapphire Flower, who's our friend Libra, is up.
All right, I was just looking for Sapphire's question.
Oh, hi Namira. I'll get you on the list while we're
Hi, Namira.
searching questions.
What's coming towards me? Okay.
Good one.
And so that's going to be my deck. So let's see. What do I want to use?
All right,
I
I'm going to
want to
repost
use
the list with
the
Namira.
Tarot of the Princesses. Tarot of the Princesses.
It's always fascinating delving into, whether it's past lives, ancestral work. I'm going to be bringing out some of my ancestral decks as we're getting more into the,
I wonder, I
Halloween
wonder
and
if
fall
Jackie's hinting
season.
that we should do a past live show again.
Well, I'm sure that'll come up, but karaoke is really got to come through too. Everybody's wanting it, Mr. O.
They'll have to tell me with a song how much they really want it.
If you're confused
Not that
with
one.
the news, Okay, okay, I won't go there. But maybe we will later when you play it for everyone again. Was it in the? Oh, it's probably in the
Yeah, I can
thing.
play it right after this reading, okay?
Okay,
Okay, so
what you got?
this was Sapphire, and she asked, what is coming towards me? So
Yeah,
that's your reading, isn't it?
yes, it is. Let's do. So when I decided not to do a Lions prediction today. Mine was so off last week. It's like literally the cards I drew for the Lions really were meant for Green Bay. So I'm going to give myself another week to recoup, and I'm going to do the reading before, the day before, so I have more time to really focus on the readings. So stay tuned, more Lions predictions coming.
Well, this is almost writes itself too. What is coming towards you, Libra? It's the reversed Page of Wands.
Oh,
It could be bad news, or
disappointing.
it could be somebody disinviting you, or maybe just overreacting to you or something like that. I mean, it doesn't have to be a male necessarily. It could be somebody DMing you or texting you and just sort of, being mean in a way or impolite.
It could be a delay too.
It
It's
could be a
possible
delay.
something you were hoping would happen or develop for you this week may be delayed and it's causing some disappointment. Or if you were expecting some news or information to come to you again, this could be delayed or maybe it's just not going to come through.
Well, because I am using the Tarot of the Princesses, I think it is somebody being a princess.
Do you have a princess coming up?
Okay, so they're all princesses.
I know.
Okay, so why is it
I gave you
important?
that
Why
deck.
is it important? You did.
Yeah.
And it's important because of the Hierophant upright. So it could be saying that maybe if this is about words between people or things, maybe somebody feels you're not up to a certain standard they want, or maybe as somebody is trying to enact or enforce a standard, or maybe somebody is saying, this isn't how we do things. There's a conventional or traditional way.
This could be coming from some professional source. So, in other words, if you were expecting medical information or if you were expecting word on a loan or, just some information coming from some more professional source of some sort. And I can't rule out, okay, maybe trying to resolve a traffic ticket or something like that. There's
Oh,
issues,
yeah.
there's problems. I just feel like that's it. And whatever it is, also, or whatever it is, it could be disrupting your normal routine or
Yeah.
what you're hoping to do. But you were hoping that this information would come through or this opportunity so that you could get started.
So where ultimately will it lead? And it's the reversed Nine of Cups.
Yeah, it's not
So you're
happening.
not going to be a happy camper, pretty much. If you were hoping that things would shift to your favor, it doesn't look likely, or not at this time. It may be a delay of some sort once again.
Again, it's a delay or a lack of an ability to manifest what you want this week. And why I'm saying this week in specifically, Sapphire, is because of this. And
It's the ship, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and this.
And it's the rider.
I
Ooh.
feel like this is only a temporary situation. So again, I think whatever's happening here, it's more a delay than a no. It's not going to happen for you because movement will return. You will
Yeah.
be able to move past this, and also the writer can be about messages coming in. So it's possible here that it's just a delay. It's temporary, and things will get moving back on track once more.
I like what Banshee said about the possibility of, a ticket or something that needs to be resolved with, some particular other institution. I think that's possible. So then, in the light of that, this could be saying that maybe there might be some delays that will eventually work out in your favor. Sometimes if there's a particular legal thing going on, sometimes people just abruptly drop that. Hi, Shirley.
Hey,
Saw you
Shirley.
there. we'll get you on the list. So I think that's what we have for you then, Libra. Good luck with that. Just move on and it'll move on too.
Yeah, I think so. That's it. That about covers it. Good luck with that.
Good luck. And I called you Libra, but of course you're Sapphire. Wink, wink.
All right. All right. Aries up. Aries always got interesting questions. Let's see what you got. I don't. Okay, where is the question? I passed it maybe, and maybe not.
Well, I
So,
see
Ari, are you here?
Eric is talking about the notification issues.
Yeah, we don't know how that stuff works. We can help
I
you with
kind of
that.
explain it. It's really in order for Ari or anyone to get a notification in a particular level, I would have to start earlier. And sometimes I'm just barely getting us
We
started.
try to get it started by
But
15 minutes before, but it's not always, successful.
little last minute things maybe delay me. So I am sorry.
All right, we'll give Ari just a few more minutes to remind everybody that, hey, fourth quarter moon is here today. But where's Unhappy Hour? I kind of dropped the ball because I gave Mr. O the wrong date. I thought it was Monday. So we'll be doing it today. We'll be filming it today or tomorrow morning, and it will be going out tomorrow.
But we
So
were going to also talk about our other guest
we absolutely were. So I'm waiting to see if Aries shows up.
and here it is. It's called WTF with TFT. And it's going to be an occasional show where we just talk about certain trending topics or current events.
For insight from
That's our song
Banshee
that the
and
card bird gave us.
It's just so stuck in my head, I swear. I'm singing it all the time. It's so cute. But anyway, also, just to let you know, once the camera changes, school.
It will never change.
No. Also, just to let you know, I've been coming up with hand signals for it. W, T. Hopefully I did it.
You might have some line dancers in the background.
T, F, T. There we go.
Ari, we've been waiting. Did you leave us a question?
All right, we're going to move on, I think. And, I might be generous and put Ari at the end since she didn't get a notification, but we'll see how our list goes.
No, she did. She just didn't get it timely enough.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I get that. So, all right.
All right, so if not Ari, then I guess it's Crystal. And Crystal has reposted her question.
Yep.
Thank you, Crystal. So basically, the first time you asked if he was in love or having a relationship with Charisse. Did I say that right? Probably. And now you're also adding in, though, that you haven't been in contact with him. That's good. That clarifies things for us.
No, I knew that because I remember this situation.
Is this my deck?
No, I think. Didn't you use the princesses last time? Or
I
am I
did.
wrong?
Are you sure that was the last
I
time the
think
deck
it's
was
your
used?
deck then. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you can do that.
No, it's quite all right.
You're right there.
All right, then I will.
Are you?
I have it in my hand.
Go ahead then.
All right. So I don't know if we can tackle it that specifically with Charisse, but we might be able to tell if he is seeing somebody else. I mean, it's like almost two questions there about healing, and I'm just not sure. But if it shows he's with somebody else or is moving on, that would lead me to believe that healing probably is impossible. He's moving on. But
Yeah, I mean, I think
take
we
a
could
look.
make an inference
Yeah,
that way. So let's do it.
I'm doing it. All right. Well, we're starting with the Three of Swords upright. In a way, that shouldn't surprise you. Then we got the Ace of Swords here upright. That's positive. But then we have the Ten of Swords upright.
It's all swords, and swords puts that pall a little bit that a lot of this is about, trying to seize opportunities, trying to make things happen. And of course, sometimes that's good, but sometimes it means that somebody's maybe a little aggressive or too aggressive.
I'll have a comment on that.
We'll give a little bit more in a minute. So in the Lenormand, it's the letter and the moon.
Huh. Well, okay, first off, I don't necessarily see, well, maybe I do. Okay, first off, let me talk about the swords for a minute. I think whether positive or negative, the swords represent challenges. Hey, some challenges in life are positive, some are not. And so, depending on how the swords fall, it leads me to speculate, at least in this case here, that this is a very challenging situation you have here. For you both to, be doing healing and wanting to heal the rift that's involved. And since there is no contact at the moment, it is hard. Now, I will address the moon in the letter later because I think that plays into this, but I'm not sure it's necessarily in the way you might like. First off, there's a lot of sorrow and grief, or just a lot of remorse, even regret. Now, what that regret's about, does somebody regret, like, for example, does Nixon regret the relationship in the first place, or does Nixon regret the way things ended? And you, for that matter, you're probably in a lot of pain still over what has transpired here. And so that pain is very real. That is really what needs to be healed, right?
I feel this pain does represent your pain
Okay.
more so than Nixon's pain. I don't necessarily know that I feel anything about that just yet. So I feel like this represents your current state is that you still have hurt here, even if it has been a long time, because you actually do wonder if there was ever a possibility of reuniting. And I totally get that. I have felt that way about certain situations in my life, and sometimes it was, and sometimes it wasn't. Next card.
Hey, thank you, Gina.
Oh, thanks, Gina.
I'm so happy they're beating the former offensive line coach. I mean, I respect him and I really think he deserved a coaching job. But hey, this makes the Lions and Bears a real rivalry now. So I look at the middle card, Crystal, and I'm thinking to myself when I saw it here, it is really going to take a great awakening like the Ace of Swords is about, a big epiphany on I think you would be very open to healing. That's my impression of what's going on here. I think you would be very open to the idea of healing. However, is Nixon. This will take a real epiphany on his part, to make him come back if he is refusing to, if he's keeping away from you and making it impossible maybe for you to contact them.
I like what you said there. I feel that way too, that as much as the first card pertained perhaps to you and what your status quo is, the second card is a thoughtful possibility for Nixon that he has to want to challenge himself in a way, challenge that thought of recreating the situation or moving forward with that. So in that sense, this card represents that it's sort of in his court, but maybe the idea is that it is possible he can come around or he can come to this point of view. I'm not sure exactly how that happens. It's just sort of the idea that it is possible.
Yeah, and the only reason I'm taking a more negative slant on this, or not taking it in a direction of, oh yeah, there could be a great victory here, is because of the cards that are surrounding that. It's very challenging. And so you've got the Ten of Swords here. Look at the swords and the stab in the back. Both of you feel very hurt in some ways by this. Maybe you more so. And this is a thing that's hard to overcome, but on all sides. Now, I also have to wonder, I can't totally remember the circumstances that pulled you apart, but, could it be possible that Nixon was already either cheating or thinking about it when he decided to walk away? It's possible because, when I think of a stab in the back, I think of something behind the back going on. I mean, it's just where I go with it. But I would also say to that this is just a card of real intense pain on both of your parts. That's going to be, it's almost as if you want to, you're better off just moving towards a more brighter future because this one was pretty dark.
Right. I don't remember myself, Crystal, if you gave us that kind of idea about how things ended there, but it looks that way. Like maybe um, you moved on after he ended things, or after he did something that you couldn't not continue. And
You
that's
know,
that Ten of Swords.
the other thing I'm thinking of with that being at the end there is the fact that you were asking, if you did the healing, would things work out? I don't think so. I think it could indicate that there could be another a sort of stab in the back coming, that it may, end up winding up hurting all over again. That's my fear when I see this card, in a question like this, especially at the end of the reading.
Okay.
So with the moon and the letter, this looks positive. It looks like, maybe a reach out could be possible. But what I think it's saying here in relation to your question is that somebody has to reach out and express their true feelings to the other in order for this to take place. Somebody has to reach out with love and say, I want this, I want to try to reconcile. I want healing. That's what has to happen. Somebody has to make that first step.
Can't disagree with any of that.
So, and
Uh,
I'm saying that too because right now there is no contact. So
right.
somebody's got to make that first step. So if that happens, maybe, the balance shifts. So I wish you luck with that. It's a tough one. It's a tough reading.
Right. It doesn't look as possible either. So Ari came back and posted a question, and I mentioned that, of course, she'll be at the end of the list.
Okay.
And then Empress showed up. Hi, Empress. We're
I'll
not
put
doing bad.
Aerie at the end. I'll put Empress first, but I'll put Aerie at the end so she'll be able to find it. But of course, we may get more people coming in, Aries, so keep that in mind. You will be after Empress on the list when you're looking for your reading. Okay.
You're welcome. All right. Thank you, Ari. Thank you for being so cooperative, too.
All right.
All right. So we're on Gina, and Gina wants an Oracle card top and bottom, so that's going to be on you.
Okay.
All
I'm going to
right.
try on you, Gina.
She said, our choice, anyone.
Yeah. I'm going to try the Threadbound Oracle, the maker of the Magic Pantry Tarot, which I used, and the Numinous Tarot. Has made this cool little oracle, and I think it's perfect for a top and bottom reading. It can be read upright and reversed, so let's see what we got here. Okay. Ooh, the two of paper, which two of paper page. Options, decisions, dreams is your first card. And I'm going to lay out the second card now, too. It's upright also. And it is the waters, relief, rejuvenation, and rest. Wow, that goes kind of hand in hand with dreaming anyway. So let's see what we've got here. The waters. All right. Man, I hope he has an index, but of course he does not.
Gina, what are you doing? Oh, you can't see it because you don't have your screen up.
Gina,
Didn't you
thank
just do that?
you.
Didn't you just do that? Thank you, sweetie.
You are so sweet. Thank you so much. Hold on, I'm getting to the Okay, I got the waters, but I want to get to the other one first, which was the two of paper, I believe. This is such a cool deck, but it's a little tricky to navigate. So, oh, there we go. I'm almost there. The two of
Oh,
paper.
Gina, thank you so much.
The two of paper is, when it's upright, options, decisions, dreams. The two of paper is the page. Though there are two scrolls of paper on the card, it really represents the back and front sides of a single sheet of paper. This card encourages us to consider all our options, especially the ones we might not initially think of. Do you have to choose one side of the paper, or can you use both? A blank page can also represent a fresh start and open potential. You need to image in your head before you write, draw, or fold the paper into a brand new creation. Even if it's just the ghost of an idea or a feeling, you're making a decision and moving forward. Dreaming and imagining is important to figure out what we want before we do it. And couple that with the waters, which is about relief, rejuvenation, and rest. The waters represent a cool drink that settles our thirst and sustains our soul. After working hard, enduring so much, and putting in incredible effort, it's time to find your own little shady nook besides a stream and just rest. Engage in activities that make you feel refilled and calm, even if that activity is doing absolutely nothing. Simply floating on the surface of the pool, eyes closed, may be what you need right now. The waters are free flowing and life giving. Let it soothe you and bring you back to your depleted energies. You know what's really interesting about that, Gina? I've got to tell a very quick personal story here. But that very thing they're talking about, when I would go to the health club sometimes and I was alone, and it was in the days when I could go into hot tubs. I can't really do it anymore because of my cancer. It heats me up too much and causes some problems. But the thing is, I used to lay back in the water, let myself float, and just drift in that water and feel so totally at peace, you know? And so, take a bath, relax, let that water soothe you. The bottom line is use that time maybe to do a little bit of daydreaming, like the first card is saying. Maybe this will help you make a choice or decision you need to make, or what your next moves are going to be, what your next project or goal should be. But take time to decompress right now and put yourself in that place where, the dreams and visions can come to you.
Nice.
Did you like that? I thought
I
that
did like it.
so well.
I'm a little distracted because there's something going on in the studio that I don't understand.
Oh, okay. All
But
right.
it's okay. Hi, Siama.
But I think this is a very cool reading. Did you do a Lenormand? You're doing it right now.
I'm going to do it right
Yeah.
now.
Maybe we'll get a little more info. I love to daydream. I mean, really, I do.
I daydream a lot.
Yeah. So, you'll be able to fill that blank space in no time.
How interesting.
Yeah.
It's the fox and the stork.
You're gonna be working on some new thing.
Yeah.
I see it here. New beginning coming and getting hard at work. But for now, take that time to vision what it is you need to be putting that energy in.
Well, they must be related too, obviously, then. Yep.
Oh, yeah, I think so. So I think that some new beginning is going to come out of a place of a blank slate, a blank page, you know? Hey, you know what? What do we always say, Mr. O? What do you always say? Nature
Abhors a vacuum.
abhors a vacuum. So that blank space is going to get filled pretty soon. Good luck with that.
Thanks again, Gina.
And thank you so much. Appreciate it. Nice reading. I love the way the Lenormand just tied right
I
in
think
there.
it did. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
wow.
funny.
Hey, I wouldn't mind him coming over here. Have a sit down. Ah, wow. Man, I wish I could remember more of what's been happening in my dream state. But I think I'm going to take more time during I've been trying to, and I'm going to try a little harder because I did kind of put it on the back burner to try to do some lucid thinking and dreaming before I drift off, hoping that it'll inspire dreams that I will remember when I wake up. But that hasn't happened yet, so I got to keep working on it.
I'm glad you thought so too, because I think it was kind of an interesting tie-in, kind of like a 1-2, biff bam,
Show that, and I'm going to type something in the chat.
And I think I resolved my problem, so I'm very happy now. And that's the thread-bound oracle. Is that the one you just used? Right?
Yes.
Yes.
And it's by, oh gosh, am I going to forget his name now? I did. It's not on there, I don't think.
No, it is not.
But I just put in a link to the business that this person has. It's an indie deck, like the Numinous Spirit Tarot and the Magic Pantry Tarot were. And he's got a couple other oracles, one of which I'm slightly interested in because it helps with creative writing, but I haven't done that. And this really is based on writing and books and things of that nature. He also has written some young adult fiction. So, interesting guy. Check it out. All right.
Okay, I kind of pulled my stuff back together, more or less. So who's next?
Oh, who's next? Whoops, 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 whoops.
It's
That would be
Kara.
Kara. Hi,
It's
Kara.
Kara.
You're very welcome, Gina.
You're welcome, Jackie.
All right, so it'll be.
Kara, what do I have coming towards me?
Okay.
All right. I'm going to use my Mind's Eye Tarot. It's pretty and has gold gilt. Keep sending your donations, Gina and others, so I can buy more crazy tarot cards. No, that was bad taste. Sorry.
Well, we use it more for equipment and altar cloths and different things like that that we like to put out here and film as a backdrop for our cards of the day. We buy the
Hi, Marita.
we buy the decks out of our own dollars. Hi, Marita. We'll get you on the list.
Did you get Siama too?
I did not, so that's
Oh,
two. I'll get
okay.
Siama and Marita. Thank you for that.
Already.
All right, let me
Thank you. Thank you so much, Gina. Yes, everybody, listen to Gina. All right. Kara says, what is coming towards me? I just want to look at it one more time. What do I have coming towards me? Okay, first card.
Six of Swords reversed. Okay.
Six of Swords reversed. Well, it sounds to me like
You're stuck.
you're stuck. There's something that you want to move beyond or towards that maybe is more inviting, but you can't quite get there. You may have details to finish up with something else or details to finish up that would enable the movement you want to happen.
A writing or creative block or just feeling stuck and stalled in your life is it's a period of a little bit of stagnation, which of course, you can do something about, hopefully. And let's see why this is important though right now for
Thanks,
you.
Gina. All right, so why is that important? And it's the Four of Cups reversed.
Wow. Okay. Because you need something new. You're not feeling very motivated right now or enthusiastic about current conditions or what you've been doing. You really feel like you need something new. But when you get in a period of being stuck, sometimes we tend to ignore things that may be right under our nose, right there waiting for us to rediscover or discover. There may be an opportunity for growth for you or movement, but you just can't see it right now because you're kind of in a state maybe of boredom or a lack of inspiration.
You need a shock to the system. And I can't tell you what that is. I mean, I think that's probably something that's a deeper dive into yourself to decide what that could be.
That's good for a personal reading you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think this is also really true that you're 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 moving towards a choice perhaps, but it's not necessarily the most informed choice or the informed decision you can make. And once again, it's just kind of like you don't have everything you need to see exactly what you could do with it.
So where are things headed?
Uh
Good card. Good
oh,
card.
don't do that. Don't do that. I don't want to read about that.
No, not that kind. That sounds like a social media challenge that should not be taken.
But there it is. You're right. No, you're not. It's the Seven of Cups
Oh my
upright.
gosh.
And
Upright? You said upright?
it's upright.
Wow.
So it
Okay.
is a toaster. No, it's
Well,
not.
no, what it is, your mind is scattered right now. This is part of the problem. So, where things are headed is in this state still. You're not going to get out of the stagnated state until you start sorting out what it is you need to really be doing right now. You either have too many ideas and you can't choose, or you don't have enough ideas and you can't decide. There's something wrong here, and it just seems as though maybe some things that maybe you could be doing you feel are out of reach for you or just illusory. Maybe they are. But you know what? At some point here, you have to decide to do something. You have to trust yourself to be able to do something. So look at the things that you could be doing right now that could be achievable, that are easy to do, so that it can inspire you to keep moving up that ladder to bigger and better things.
These two cards are really kind of different parts of the same continuum or different sides of the same coin in a way. And I think what it tells me, Kara, is you have to really do this for yourself. That maybe some of this is thinking you're impressing somebody else, but you only need to impress yourself. All these things need to be things you want to do for yourself, not because somebody else will say, that's really cool, Kara, or they like you more because of it. You want to like yourself more because you did that.
Okay, so Kara, sometimes there's good news, sometimes there's bad news, and I have to say, this reading just seems to be just a little dose of tough love for you. Because we got the lilies is back again,
Come here, I'll give you some tough love.
but
It's the lilies.
coupled with the lilies, we have the mice.
Oh,
Mr. O,
freak.
Mr. O, I should let you go first just to test you on this one and see what you get out of this.
Well, it seems like there's some small complications that you over worry about that would lead to better growth for yourself, and that you're probably over worrying about the small things and not really focusing on what helps with the longevity of your goals or desires.
Dang, Mr. O, no, I wasn't going there. rather listen to him than what I have to say.
Uh-oh.
Because what I'm looking at here is that, with that card there and me saying, hey, you have to get your act together or you're going to make what should be a temporary struggle a long-term one.
Okay. It's a notable difference between us.
It is a notable difference, but both are very good advice. So try to realize here that you can change this and turn this around. You've just got to break the cycle and the feeling of ho-hum and humdrum and find something that will rekindle the enthusiasm and the fire back in your life, you Taurus bull.
And
Good luck with that.
don't let it come to being a shock to the system, because then you may have less choices about where you can really react and move from there. Let this be the shock to the system instead. Good luck, Carol.
Oh, good luck, Carol. Whew. Sorry. I mean, it could have been worse, but I still thought that was a little bit of tough love there.
Toughy love. You're welcome.
Not your mom.
Yes, there's a fee for that.
All right. Mr. Rivera is up. And did he want an oracle?
I think he did mention the oracle thing.
Well, I'm tempted to do this one again. That one was so good. Let's do it again. Let's see what we get with the Threadmound oracle.
A single oracle card to see what Spirit has for the week.
Oh, a single oracle. Well,
Oh, is that something you have to do in twos?
It's interesting. It's more interesting in twos, but one will work, so we'll give it a shot.
Do you want me to use one of mine?
Do you want to? You got something?
I thought I had the earth and bone here, but I don't see it, so I don't really have something.
Okay, then I'll do this one again. It'll be a little bit short, but we'll see what it has to say. I'm sure we can expand upon it.
And I can blather with the Lenormand.
Well, you should blather with the card too, because really, they're short.
Only if I understand it.
My gosh. Okay. Well, it is reversed. It's the three of ink, and I guess
Hi,
it's...
Gina. Nap time.
All right, take care, Gina. Thanks for the Lions update. I really appreciated that.
Yes.
The three of ink, and it's the ink well. And it's about abundance, joy, and resourcefulness, but it is reversed. So let's see what we have for you, Mr. Rivera. Okay, three of ink, the well. The shadow is lack, sorrow, or fallowness. In shadow, the well runs dry. We may experience sorrow over the lack of resources, energy, as we're unable to fulfill our own needs or those of others. We may feel overburdened or dried up, unable to muster the things needed to keep going. This time, we may have overestimated our well and now lack the skills to make do while it's being refilled. It may be time to rest or ask for assistance. Remember, no flower blooms all year round, and there will always be cycles of abundance and famine. Well, and guess what? Guess what this cycle is? It's famine. And do you want to throw the Lenormand? Does it give any kind of...
I didn't even look at him.
All right.
Nice.
Okay.
And the broom.
Okay,
Oops.
we'll get to those. I like seeing that there, though, for perspective. I think here, this is a time of depleted energy. I think a lot of us, who are just maybe world events don't affect us personally per se, or events in the US, but a lot of the energy that's going on around us right now is very heavy. And for those of us who work in the intuitive arts or reading cards, etc., we're picking up on a lot of that heaviness. And, it can affect our lives in more tangible, materialistic ways as well. And so, you may be not just feeling a lack or a sense of lack or difficult energy to deal with there, you may be dealing with it in your regular life as well. And so I think here this is just a time to try to rebalance, stay calm and wait for conditions to change. I think conditions will change because of the broom and the mice here. You can sweep away some of these things. And as a matter of fact, if the energy is getting too intense, that might be a good mindset for you. Are you doing outdoor work where you're raking leaves? I think you live in an apartment, so I'm not sure. But, if you are, that might not be apropos. But if you're doing any cleaning around the house, visualize sweeping away that negativity right now, if you're clearing clutter and things that just are junk mail, for example, imagine that as the negative energy that you are parting ways with.
Well, I look at that card and I want to ask or say, don't be circling the drain. This looks like a spiral and you want to not be carried down that spiral. And I think
I
that
like that.
the broom is good advice. And maybe, you just use it to kind of sweep those mice down the drain. Let
Yeah.
something else be swept away from you, be removed, negativity. And it could be saying really that there's only minor things that need to change in order to suitably buoy spirits or start to reverse the drainage.
I'm feeling with the broom in the position that it's in that, that the mice, this is a temporary situation. Again, you will recover from this. So, it's just a matter of time and taking care of yourself during this time. So, and your family. I mean, if it really is energy that's affecting, your whole situation there. So, good luck with that.
Good luck, Angel.
All right, we're on Christine.
Oh, Christine asked about her next contest.
Okay, cool.
Let me go back to that. Right.
All right, well, Ron, we will get to that. Hey, you're welcome,
Question is,
Angel.
how will our belt testing go on October 1st for both you and your son? All right. Let's see. What do I want to use?
Why don't we do the 2 and 2 on that? Remember, for her and
yes, right, because they'll be separate.
yeah.
Okay, I'm going to use the Dame Fortune's Wheel Tarot by Paul Hewson.
You're reminding me, I want to bring out some of my darker or maybe more seasonal oracle decks. I have one, I can't remember what it's called, but it's one that's that artifact and relic one. That one's kind of perfect for this season. The shadow and light I'll probably be using more.
12. For us, it's 312, Shirley.
Yeah.
Welcome, Angel.
I'm hoping maybe I'll catch the tail end of the Lions game, but I'm not sure I'll be able to do that. Boy, there's a lot of 1 p.m. games this year, but it looks pretty evened out. I will see some night games, and I think next week's game is going to be a later game too. So
we're doing the 2 and 2 reading. So we'll have one column for Christine, one column for Christine's.
yeah, Christine will be first, and then your son will be second.
And then the same with the Lenormand.
Yep.
Oh, cute little pumpkins. Thank you, Shirley. All right, so first card for Christine, and it's the upright Ace of Cups. Points.
Nice.
Points. Okay,
Coins.
yes. And first card for Sun, and it's Two of Swords reversed.
Okay.
And we'll get to that in a minute.
I like that.
Okay, and then second card for Christine is Eight of Swords. It's upright. Next card for child is Seven of Swords. It's reversed. Okay, so there's a little bit of back and forth, perhaps.
Maybe. Let me see what we've got here for Christine. Let's throw that out. We'll throw the other one out later for the.
And it's dog and the rider.
It's a little tricky, but yours is very interesting read, Christine. I kind of feel here that you will grow from this challenge that you are facing, in October. You will grow from this, and as a matter of fact, it could be the beginning of something growthful for you. I think the results are going to be positive for you. However, it really is going to challenge you as far as your I want to say, what do I want to say? Not self-esteem, but your belief in your abilities goes. It's going to really challenge your confidence in some way.
Yeah.
You're really going to be called, this, I think you're going to be up against some stiff competition here, and it's going to challenge you. So just be careful not to fall into a feeling of you can't overcome this person. This is too tough for me. Keep positive through the whole thing, and I believe it will turn out all right. But a lot is going to depend on how you approach this during the match, and if you can keep that confidence, okay, that determination and that confidence going.
Right. Banshee nails it. The Eight of Swords is the possibility that you limit yourself by not thinking as positively as you could. So you just want to avoid that. You want to not put a barrier around your abilities needlessly. But like you mentioned, it sounds pretty challenging. So you don't want to bite off more than you can chew necessarily. I do feel she's nailed it, though, that there's really a great opportunity to grow here. And this one's the first one, right? The
Yeah,
dog?
the dog.
Did you already cover that?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I didn't go to the Lenormand yet. I'm thinking
You want to
here.
do
What?
that one first?
No, I want to
okay.
finish that. But I just didn't get there yet. Remain loyal to yourself and your abilities. With every move you make, trust yourself. Trust yourself, to be able to pull this off. I really think the dog kind of and that's why
Yes.
it kind of counterbalances this. If you trust yourself rather than fall into self-doubt, you will be able to grow from this.
This may say that the tension and the atmosphere of the meet, the competition, may make you feel that way, the sort of externals of it. And Banshee's right, though, but be guided to trust yourself, to know your capabilities, and to believe in yourself. Take that sense of bravery and confidence in yourself. So I think that's good.
So as for your son,
All right. We want to lay those first.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So it's the ship, right? That's the ship, or is it the stars?
it's the stars, number 16.
Whoops, it's the
I know there's a ship on
I
there.
know.
Tested you again.
And
If you failed this time, it's okay.
the moon?
Yep.
The moon.
Your son, you have nothing to worry about here, I feel.
Yeah.
I feel you have nothing to worry about. What's that first card again?
It's the Two of Swords reversed.
Your son is on the move. I think he's going to make wise choices, decisions, moves, right? That will be successful. And I think he's going to find out a lot about his own talents and abilities through doing this. I think that this is the Seven of Swords, right? Reversed.
Yes.
That this is a real eye opener for him. Maybe he didn't realize how much talent he has going for him here. But guess what? He sure will. And the stars and the moon together, come on. I mean, that's just a sign of optimism. He's going to come away from this very optimistic and feeling very successful.
It feels like no matter where the honors actually go, that's exactly right. I was really drawn to that idea about the Seven of Swords reversed here, because this is saying really self-exploration, and that your son is confident enough to receive all the information that he's getting through the meat, in real time, and realize what that means for himself and his capabilities, and boost his own confidence too, just like for you perhaps. So the stars and the moon talk about success too. So I hope it's true. It does seem like it's going to be a great event, and it'll be great personally as well as what it means for you in the overall sense.
Hi, Mary the Aries. We have added you to the list. We're doing fine. I hope you've been doing well.
Hi, Mary. Yes.
So that's what we have for you. Gosh, Christine, I think in both cases it's going to work out. You will have to fight some internal doubts, perhaps, but I think it's going to work out really well for both of you. So good luck with that.
Right.
And let's see here. We are on Rowan. They posted their question recently.
Hi, Rowan.
General guidance, please. Got it. Almost got it. Okay. All right. Let's see. I'm going to go to the back, sort of. Two decks back here.
All righty. You're welcome, and good luck on that. You'll let us know. That's not very long from now, too. That's only
Definitely want to know.
about 2 weeks or so.
Okay, we'll get to that. Oh.
Oh, thank you, Mary. And yeah, we're doing about as well as we can.
More.
Thank you. General guidance. All righty. Excuse me.
We have judgment reversed. I like this. I mean, relatively speaking, it's better reversed. The Five of Pentacles is reversed. And the Three of Swords is reversed.
All right. So
Okay.
some of that's pretty good. And then in the Lenormand, it's the sun and the mountain.
I kind of...
So that tempers it a little bit, I think. The mountain.
Maybe.
Okay, let's hear it.
All right, so judgment reversed. One thing, you want general guidance, and I think part of the guidance involved here is not being too hard on yourself if things haven't been, if things in your life haven't been meeting your expectations. I mean, if there have been some disappointments, if there's been some losses or setbacks in your life, no blaming yourself. We learn from these challenges, we learn from these experiences. Don't be hard on yourself. And also, if you're dealing with other people who may be criticizing you for, hey, maybe things at work or in other areas of your life, take it all with a grain of salt. There's that saying out there, about not judging lest ye be judged. People should take that more to heart. It shouldn't be judging other people, because they themselves have faults too. We're supposed to learn from them. And so just if things have not been going well, don't blame yourself. Just strive to pick yourself up and be better. I'll stop there. I'll go card by card.
Well, I think it is interesting what you said there. In terms of general guidance, you may be wondering or have questions about yourself as a spiritual being at this time too, and wondering maybe if you just aren't really doing enough with that. Like maybe you feel like you have some doubts about what happens after this life is over, or what your true sense of values or spiritual values are about. And so this may be informing why you want this guidance. This may be telling you that maybe it is time for you to think more about those things or to look into it on some level. If it's not about spirituality per se, you may be wondering if there are some events or situations that should make you feel dramatically informed about something, like something happened in your life and you're wondering about what that takeaway is now. So for example, a great loss that isn't necessarily affecting you spiritually. Somebody died you cared about, and you're not worried about where they're going, but you're thinking about what does that mean for you in your life. Things like that, maybe.
So that was that card. And you know what? I have to take back what I said because these cards really do fit together.
Yeah, I think so.
I feel that it's one of two things here. Um, you need to now start to pick yourself up and heal emotionally from these setbacks that you've had, or maybe that's what's about to occur. Or what I'm thinking here is that it is started. There is a healing starting to occur here, or wanting to occur. You just have to be in the right frame of mind to make it happen. The Five of Pentacles reversed indicates a healing, and also that healing is now possible, and that also you're going to start to feel like everything is getting better, that you belong in the world, that you don't feel isolated in your unhappiness, that you aren't blaming yourself, that you have found your place again, and you realize, that you can move forward in a more positive direction now. And that's what the Three of Swords is about, too, in a way. Just this idea here that, there may be some things that will always leave a mark on you, but they don't have to define you going forward anymore. You can move on now. You're starting to heal more. And all these things take time. All these things take a little time.
The other idea, maybe about judgment, is that you felt to some degree the things you were giving up for something else, it wasn't realized in the manner you wanted it to be, that somebody didn't understand that sacrifice or what that meant to you. Maybe it wasn't a sacrifice per se, but it was a change for you of some sort. And so there is healing involved with that, that maybe you felt you didn't reach well enough towards something or someone else, or they were not able to do that with you. And from there, you move to the point, I think, where you finally realize it is about what you do more than anything else. It's not necessarily how other people react to things, but it's what you do for yourself and how you find that space where you can work on your healing issues, the healing that you need to do too.
Okay, so
The
you covered.
Lenormand.
Yes, to Lenormand to me, when I see the mountains going in the sun, it's like, you have struggled and you will achieve success. Maybe, you may have had some setbacks, you may have had some difficulties, but the sun always indicates success. And the fact that the mountains are here before the sun tells me that you will overcome the things in your life that you feel have been a struggle for you and be able to finally achieve some joy, happiness, and success in your life. I think it's coming.
So this could have been about a spiritual kind of dimension to your question, or it could have just been about something that was incredibly important regardless. And so I kind of like that idea about, from the spiritual point of view, going up into the mountains, and it translates to a couple different, traditions, but there you find the light you're looking for. And so I like that too, as a way too of saying that, this represents that movement towards something better, even if there is a little bit of a problem getting there. It's uphill. But that was also what was expressed with the Five of Pentacles reverse too. That, sometimes it is a job to work towards that truth or that center that you're looking for. So good luck with that.
Good luck with that. Nice reading, an interesting reading. I mean, it's a reading of healing, and I always like to see that.
I hope you liked it.
Good luck with that.
And Nimra is up.
There it is. My question. Can you tell me who waked me up last night when someone touched my head? I
Uh-oh.
feel it's more someone on Earth than someone past. It was not
You're
scary or
welcome.
negative. So their energy just reaching out to you. Well, let's see what we can figure out. Let's see what the cards kind of say. That's a great question. Let's see. Your deck?
Yes, and I'm going to use the uncommon tarot for this kind of a question,
Uncommon reading. I like it. All right. Although I'm not crazy about that deck. But anyway.
which is why you gave it to me. I kind of like it. I realize that, the uh, writing is probably the hardest part to understand, the legends on the cards because they're tiny and it's a kind of a,
Well, that's not the reason I gave it up, but I couldn't quite resonate with it. And it's
yeah.
not a bad deck. It's just that I can't resonate to it.
So was this like a who question or a what? A who, wasn't it?
It's a who.
Thank you. I only asked. Alrighty.
Yeah. Who waked her up?
I already looked at. Thank you, though. Okay, so the first card is the upright Eight of Cups.
Okay. Interesting.
The next card is the Empress reversed. It's kind of interesting because it's not a female image, it's a man. Am I right? But it is. No, it's the Emperor. I'm sorry.
Ah.
And he's reversed. It wasn't the Empress, it was the Emperor. Sorry. He wasn't in drag or anything, honest. Okay, and then the last card is the Five of Cups reversed. So that's rather interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to make of this.
Well,
But
it may be a person who doesn't feel they have power or agency with you or in situations. That's the Emperor reverse. Maybe they don't feel they are very connected to you, or maybe they don't feel you 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 have a strong connection with them. Um, it could be somebody who also feels that they don't have influence in your world. Perhaps they may not necessarily be somebody you know very well or not very well, but they don't have a great impact perhaps in your life, but maybe they want to. The Emperor. I just went for
I
that.
know you went to. Okay, did you still go to that one just alone, or did you
I
use.
did go to that one alone. The first card is the Eight of Cups. The
Yeah.
second card is
The
the
Eight of
Five
Cups really
reversed.
kind of bothers me here. Um, because I'm leaning towards it being somebody not living when I see that card. Somebody who's made the journey. Now that
Yeah.
being said, sometimes I'm just going to throw that out there in the mirror. I don't want to get you worried about it, but sometimes people before they pass or as they are passing to the other side sometimes reach out like that too. So, with a touch or just letting them know they're saying goodbye, they're moving on.
Because it is about a journey.
And it is. The Eight of Cups is about a journey. And so that's why I was like, oh man, what am I going to do with this? But I really feel like it could be somebody that's on the other side. And I have other reasons, maybe with the Lenormand, that I'm thinking that way. So let me show it to Mr. O to show him. There's the message, right? Somebody's trying to message you.
So somebody is trying to message you. The birds means that. And it's the house.
So it could be an ancestor from the other side, somebody connected or a friend, somebody connected with the household or family. That's what I'm kind of looking at here. And even though we have some negative cards here in the reading, I think with the house being here, I don't think this is anything malevolent. I think this is somebody coming through who wants to signal you about something. And so what was that card again? That was the Emperor reverse. I feel here that they can't totally. I liked sort of what Mr. O said because I'm kind of feeling like they can't totally connect yet. I have a feeling they're going to try again. That was just a beginning, that maybe they're trying to get your attention, and that there may be some other way that they're going to try to reach out to you and send you a message. It could be with a sign, it could be with a synchronicity, it could be with a dream, or it could be through your senses, like you felt somebody touch you. It could be a smell, it could be in some other way.
Five of Cups reversed.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. That's why I did it too.
Yes.
I guess you saw that.
Hmm.
I was going to say that reinforces it, because the Five of Cups reversed indicates to me that there's going to be another opportunity, that this isn't a one and done. There will be a message coming.
Well, so I wonder, I don't know for sure if it would be any of those people you mentioned. Um, I don't think it's somebody, well, I don't know. But the cards sort of talk like somebody did reach out to you
Yeah.
and that they may reach out to you again. I think the Five of Cups says it could happen again too.
Is it around anybody's who's on the other side? Your parents, your whatever, your family, your you mentioned your brothers. The thing is it around an anniversary of birth, death, or something important to them? So maybe that's why they are reaching out at this time with the veil being thin. Uh, I
Well,
don't think it's anything to worry about, though.
I don't either. I have a very comfortable feeling here. The house sort of promotes that. And the Eight of Cups itself, it says it's really necessary that this happen, whether it's necessary that this message comes to you or that you understand that this is what's going on.
Well, and what you say there is interesting to me, because just the reason I told you what I did about, somebody, getting signs before somebody passes and they say goodbye to people, that's so much in the ghostly literature out there and on the ghost shows and all of that. And I mean, it has happened in my own family too. So, I have lots of, oh my gosh, stories about that kind of thing. So, somebody could be giving you a gentle warning of a passing. I don't think this is, and it would be sad, but I mean, it's nothing you can do about it. This is just a fact of life, the cycle of life. And so that's why I say it's nothing to fear, that people are reaching out to you at this time when you may need to be reached out to. So whatever it is, I don't think it's harmful. I think it's helpful.
There's the two cup cards express the idea that there is love here. So there's care.
Yeah.
So even though it may end up being sorrowful, I think they wanted you to feel them.
To know. So, wow, whatever it is, well, if anything ever comes of this, or you get a second message or feeling, hey, let us know. We'll be curious to know what happens with this. I wish you luck with
Good
that.
look in the mirror.
I think it's family,
Yeah, I do too. I do too.
and I think they're on the other side already. Hey, you're
You're
welcome.
welcome.
But if somebody does pass, and and you find out it's tied into this,
Right, that
yeah,
connection.
I'd be curious to know. Wow. All right. So we're on Shirley.
All right. And I'm wondering if we
We
want to
should
close the
close the
list.
list. Absolutely.
Alrighty then.
All right. I got it.
Well, I'm doing the screen ones.
So everybody on the list now will get a reading.
Right, all the way through Mary, the Aries.
That's
Alrighty.
right.
So we are on Shirley. Let's find Shirley's question. I know it's
I
right around.
will, but I'm going to post the list.
Huh.
All right. Oops.
We hear from the job you're interested in this week with a job interview and eventually a job offer in a month or so. So basically, will we get a job interview and possibly an offer from this situation? Is that your deck?
Yeah, it is. I really want to see that question again because I'm a
Okay.
little confused. Uh, How far up is there? It is. Will I hear from the job I'm interested in this week? With a job interview and eventual offer. Okay, so this must be a different one from the one you've been asking about, Shirley, right?
Well, don't confuse people. We've had a few people asking us about jobs.
No, Shirley has been asking us about a
Sure, I know she
particular job.
has. You're right.
So I need to clarify that.
Alrighty.
If you're here. And if not, we'll give it our best shot. Well, since I didn't get an answer to that question, I'm going to assume it's a different job you've applied for. Let's see, because you already interviewed, I thought, for that other job, or maybe I'm wrong. At any rate, you do have. This is such a tough one. It's the Five of Wands, of course. The Five of Wands here, not the Five of Swords. And then we have the Star reversed. Huh, I like it. The Knight of Wands, upright.
So I think there is a story here.
There is.
And in Lenormand, we have the fish and the ship.
Wow.
Go for it.
The Five of Wands upright indicates to me that there is a good amount of healthy competition for this job, or, there's going to be a lot of back and forth as to whether to give you the interview or not, or to hire you or not.
The job process would be kind of busy.
Well, it could be that they will be arguing with one another, debating with one another who's the better candidates here. And so I do feel it could be that, or the fact that you are facing some opposition here, some competition here, I should say. And with the star reversed, you're not, this may leave you feeling very pessimistic, or maybe somebody who's reviewing applications is not totally optimistic about giving you this job or giving you the opportunity to interview for this job.
Right. It looks like it's a really healthy job pool or applicant pool. So that may be part of the problem. And I don't know why the reason, if somebody is looking at your application and that's why we have the star reversed. But I do think it does signal that idea that they're not seeing something or that they want to see. They're not seeing a future in your application, or they're not seeing you have as good of a resume or application as others might.
Yet, we have the Knight of Wands here. And the Knight of Wands reflects positive movement
Yeah.
in the direction that you are hoping it moves in. And when you look at the ship, which is another sign of movement, and the fish, you are moving to better financial conditions. Like some things will start working to your advantage here. Whether it is this job or something else that you're moving towards, I think it's going to better your financial conditions. So, could it be this job? I have a big maybe on this
I
one.
have a maybe on it, but I wonder if the star could just be saying that once it did happen, or once you're moving through more of the process, you might realize it's not really what you were dreaming of, in a way too. And so even if you do take it, it just may not be exactly what you thought it would be. It doesn't mean you'll hate it. It may mean, if you needed the job, you'll still continue looking for other ones.
Dare we do a quick yes no on
I think
this
we
one?
will for you.
Here are
Yeah.
the cards, and we'll do it. I'll let you shuffle and cut like I did once before.
All right.
And then I will pick them up and we'll see what's there.
So it's a two-for question. Will you get the interview and subsequently an offer?
Well, yeah.
I mean, we'll just look at the cards and see what they tell us.
Well,
What deck is this? Oh, it's what's her name? It happens. When you,
I like to
it's
shuffle them. I know it's my bad.
it's like a miracle
Cut
for
them,
you.
please.
Oh, cut the crap. What? It's a big maybe. It's a good luck, and it is the Fool reversed. And this could be saying there might be a sense of an expectation, but it won't really work out. So in other words, maybe that's why some of those other cards showed up, because maybe you might get a little bit into the process, but then ultimately maybe it won't work out.
Maybe something else is coming towards you. It's just with the Fool here for this.
That's a possibility.
It makes me. No, I don't think the Fool has anything to do with that, but I'm thinking about the Knight of Wands in the last reading. That this could be something new coming to you, and that this may not ultimately pan out. But I mean, it was good of you to take that challenge and take that risk.
True.
I mean, we never know if we're going to land on our feet if we don't take that jump, right? And so you need to take these attempts and hope for the best. But this one may not pan out. It's hard to say. It's leaning towards no, but it's a very light leaning. Really, more what we're looking at here is the type of card that came out. And the major arcana cards just basically say an uncertain condition exists. So it could go either way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the best we can do for you this time. Maybe you'll have to ask again if you have not heard anything next week.
If you get partially into the process and wonder if you will get the call, you could ask us about that.
So good luck with that, Shirley.
All right, and we are on Empress.
Yep.
And I'm going to use the stack, my Ibis Tarot. I know Empress left us a question too, so I'm going to go look for that. May I know what is my person's true feelings and intentions towards me?
Okay.
He sent he sent love song to me after so many times.
Cannot hear any of that.
True intentions.
No, you trail off as you often do. I heard the beginning part. I went too far, probably.
I'll just read it again.
No, just keep shuffling and do your work. Here it is. I've got it. Ah, okay.
Card 1 is the Ace of Wands, and it's upright. Card 2 is the reversed Six of Pentacles. Card 3 is another 6. It's the upright Six of Cups. Well, with that Ace of Wands, I think their intentions are they do want to start more of a friendship. It almost feels like it's the beginning of something too, in a way. Is this the beginning of more of a courtship? Is this the beginning of more of a dedicated sense of a relationship?
Oh, let's put them out there. I don't want to keep it.
All right, so once again, it's the
Yeah, it's been coming up a bit.
And a boy.
The
A
child.
child.
It's not a boy.
At least the little boy believes.
Well, there's some interesting stuff in this reading. A little bit of up and down. I think here with the Ace of Wands, I like what Mr. O said. I think that they think that this has potential to develop into something. They might be interested in pursuing you, but at the same time, it just seems to me that their emotions tend to fluctuate a little bit. They're kind of back and forth on really whether they should be pressing forward, whether they need to wait for more response from you, maybe, what the case is. It just seems as though there's something that's just a little bit off here, a little bit imbalanced. And what is the last card I want to know?
Six of Cups, that's right.
Have you known them for a while? Are they somebody from your past, for example? Is there a more, I mean, whether you were friends or you went to school together or you worked together, it almost seems like either that or that you remind them of good feelings from their past, or maybe somebody even from their past. They get really positive vibes from you, and I'm just kind of wondering if they've always kind of been in your sphere, but finally now are, maybe sending more signals that they're interested in love or romance.
I'm going to spin this a little bit because it's the two sixes, and I sort of feel like they're the two sides of the same coin in a way. And I'm wondering if, like, maybe the Six of Cups is a sense of that they are familiar with you or that you feel familiar with them, and that thus they maybe are too comfortable with you. They sort of feel like they know you too well. They take you for granted in a certain way because that Six of Coins may be saying that they don't share as much with you, or they're more selfish about
I like
what
that.
they give to you in the relationship. And so I don't know if it's a cultural viewpoint or not, but I think that the relationship has a more of a one-sided quality to them, that it's more about what they get. So having said that, I think their intentions are to move closer to you, but with those kind of stipulations that they expect things in the relationship to be more centered around them, whatever that means for them.
I think, take it slow. Keep those channels of communication open if they're still sending you messages, or maybe if they're not and you're still wondering, I would say, keep the flow, keep the communication going. Whenever you have a chance to communicate with them or correspond with them, or maybe see them at social gatherings, just keep being, interested in them. I think the child and the ship, and ships, you got to remember, as far as methods of transportation goes, think about big ships. They take a long time. They take unless, hey, maybe you've got a military vessel, but they take a long time or a speedboat. But I think if you're looking at a ship like the one here, they travel slowly. And so does the child. The child grows in stages and in time. So I have a feeling things could grow here, but it may take more time. It may take more time.
That's what I think. I think this person has intentions of getting to know you. They may be not so much awkward, but maybe more self-identified with how the relationship revolves around them. But I don't think it'll always necessarily be that way, or that it's necessarily going to be contrary to you. I do feel Banshee's right that this is just something that's going to take longer than maybe you expect. And there could be a number of other reasons. Maybe they feel like they need to have a big accomplishment in their life. That could also be the Ace of Wands too, that besides the courtship or the relationship, maybe they're a business-minded person of some sort too. So I do feel it's whatever the cause, it is sort of a slow movement with you. And so it's important that you understand, if they are loyal to you or not, or, if something is going to change that. They just may be a slow-moving person. Good.
Well, I wish you luck with that. I think there is potential here. I think there may be feelings. I think that it may develop over more time. It's going to need more time to happen or develop. So good luck with that.
Good luck, Empress. Come on, Ari. Ari.
tell me why the universe protected me from so many guys, but didn't protect me as much from others. Like some of them I didn't get to know at all, while others I did, and it ended in heartbreak. Oh, that's an interesting question.
It's an interesting question, but a lot of times, we have to understand that we do have free will and that sometimes the universe does give us signs and sometimes we don't always listen to them. I'm not saying that about you, Ari, but I'm just saying that does happen. It's your deck.
Got it. I was just searching for it.
I like the question actually,
Yeah.
because the other part of me is that everything that happens is karmic, and that sometimes the universe may want you to go through these things because
Yeah.
it thinks there's something you will learn or know from it. And even if you can't agree with that, it doesn't mean that that's not a possibility.
Well, let's see what the cards say. The Ten of Pentacles is reversed. The Queen of Pentacles is upright. That's interesting. Boy, it's all people cards. Wow. This is such an interesting one because it's just one of my most worst of the court cards. The King of Swords reversed. But take a look at it, Mr. O. Notice how the focus is there, but of course it's reversed. So,
I'll be waiting for your explanation.
oh yeah, this is very interesting to me.
All right, so in Lenormand, we get the ship and the clover.
Ha.
All right.
I think that the Lenormand might hold the final answer here. I do. But
Yeah, I'm wondering.
let's take a look at this here. The Ten of Pentacles reversed. So why are you going through this? Why is the universe protecting you from any guys who... Okay, so while others you ended in heartbreak. Because I think with the Ten of Pentacles reversed here, it's giving you the opportunity as you go through these negative experiences to determine who is long-term marriage material and family oriented and who is not. Now, also here, you're mostly getting the who is not on both ends of this. And maybe that's the point. Maybe the idea is I'm going to tie this into the next card because for some reason I'm feeling this. So maybe the point is to maybe not think so much about the marriage angle at this time, but to focus on, yourself and your self-development at this time. Because in order for a marriage to work right, we all have to be in the proper headspace, and ready for that big leap. And I think here, we've done readings enough for you to know that you are very marriage minded. You are looking for that. But of course, everything in good time. So maybe the emphasis is not to look so much for long term because, and that's what you're seeing right now, is a lot of these people probably who have been coming your way, they're not very marriage minded. And the universe is throwing at this, and I'm going to get into that, I think, with the Lenormand. But anyway, those two cards fit. I think the Queen of Pentacles, I just want to finish that, and I'll let Mr. O go. He can go to the end if he wants. The Queen of Pentacles to me is just saying, take care of you right now and make sure you're in the right place. You're where you need to be to attract this. You have a lot of ideas in your mind of where you want to be, where you want to live and stuff like that. And maybe because these things are not settled yet, that you're getting these kind of experiences right now. I'll just throw that out there because okay, you're living in a certain area right now, but you may want to find yourself somewhere else. Well, what if a spouse isn't going to agree with that? I mean, maybe you need to be where you feel you're meant to be before you're going to be able to settle down with somebody.
The Ten of Pentacles,
Yes.
when it's upright, to me, it sort of represents the idea of a firm family order, like things go a certain way. And so when you're in that order, even though you may have a lot of freedom to do some things that, they wouldn't necessarily approve of, the ultimate idea there is that the order of the family would protect you. So when it's reversed, then maybe this is saying there is no order there. And so this is saying you could be more likely to do what you want and not necessarily have some support or backup if it doesn't work out. Hence, or possibly referring to relationship potentials that don't work out, that you find that you don't have the backup to deal with that, that nobody else is going to help you be in a relationship that really is not good for you, because you yourself are going to bolt from that, as you should. So I think what Banshee was saying is about the level of focus. You need to be where you need to be at before the other things happen.
I
So
think what you're saying there, though, at the end, I think there's a truth there. Absolutely. You know, marriage is about compromises.
absolutely.
But it's possible here the universe is picking up mixed signals from you. I don't want to blame you for this because it's not about blame. It's just about clarifying things in your life and where you need to focus your energy right now. And if it's kind of confused about where it needs to be, and largely you can blame a lot of that on the fact that maybe you feel you can't find somebody that you're looking for right now, because that is, and to me, what looks like an integral part of your journey right now. But I think we blame the universe a lot for things that maybe if we were more focused in our everyday life on making, on being where we plan on being, on planting ourselves somewhere, then maybe things would start coming together. Go ahead. Did you have something else, or do you want to
Well,
do
I
the
didn't
last
talk
card?
about the queen yet,
Neither did I.
and I agree with that. Just
No, that's the. Oh, you meant this one. Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
the
Go
Queen of
ahead.
Pentacles, that it is really about figuring out what you want, what makes you happy. So maybe when those things happen, it's more likely that the universe cooperates and gives you that support you need to, be in the dating pool you want to be in. Because a lot of times it sounds like you're mismatched with the dating pool, that the dating pool doesn't necessarily have the same goals you have in mind. Can you find the right dating pool? I don't know if it's about that or not. I
Well,
don't.
it could be, it could be. But let's take a look at that King of Swords there.
Okay.
He's not the greatest character. As a matter of fact, he's talking about the people that you have come in contact with that have really, been heartbreaking or disappointing experiences. Look at the heart there. And he's overturned. So the focus is on the heart for a reason. And especially, well, both ways. Because when the King of Swords is upright, this is a person who makes decisions based on his heart and his intellect. He doesn't leave the heart out of the equation. He worries about doing right by people. But when it's reversed, this king has very little heart. And so that's why I said, look at that. This is such a great interpretation of this king from the way I look at him. And so I have to say here that, you could probably expect more of the same of this, unfortunately, because there are a lot of heartless people out there today. I mean, when we see, if you think it's just political, what's going on in this country, for example, guess again. It's crossing over into every area of our lives. There's a lot of heartless people out there, and a lot of them happen to be men. But that being said, there's a lot of heartless women out there too. So I just say, expect that this is going to occur, and you're just going to have to take greater care of yourself to try to ferret out as best you can, you know, who you should avoid and who not. Sadly, though, the King of Swords is somebody who can really trick you, you know, into manipulate you. So be aware that there are still going to be people out there who are going to do this to you.
Right. It's almost like saying, really, you have to always have this sense of vigilance about yourself and your goals or your motives. That finding Mr. Right uh, really involves what you're doing already. I think that. I mean, I feel like when I read about some of these things, I'm like, I'm lucky you're not being taken advantage of in worse ways than this. My goodness, I would hate to hear about that. So kudos to you for being able to figure these things out, at least in terms of, who Mr. Creepo is and who Mr. Creepo is not. I want to move to the Lenormand, though.
Yeah, so
And I feel like this is saying,
good.
to some degree, your travel, your journey in this, you have a sense of luck on your side, or something that brings you um, to the realizations of what you should or shouldn't do, where your action should go. And so bringing this on the journey is your best bet at this time until you actually pull into the port using a marital uh, illusion to a good romance.
I feel that this is saying that, again, this is a card of luck. This is a card of good fortune. This is a card of spontaneity. This is a part of this is a card of synchronicity. And so again, this just says when it's going to click, it's going to click, and things are going to move forward for you. You have an aura of destiny and luck here. It may be not on the time frame that you are hoping for. And again, it's just going to say, when it happens, it could very well, I don't know if I said this for you or somebody else recently, but it's going to happen out of the blue. It's just going to happen spontaneously. It could even be one of those things, love at first sight, and it's really going to click off. I really feel that things will be better at some point, but, expect that you're still going to run into some losers along the way. And I can't tell you when here. I can only tell you that there is something destined for you that's better. And you will move that way eventually. But, we can't control this sometimes. Sometimes we can do what we can to try to nudge the universe along in the right way. But, there's only so much we can do. Some things are in the hand of fate. So I wish you luck with that. I hate to tell an Aries this, because I know how I feel about that. So good luck with that. Well, that's the thing. There are people who manipulate, and they're good at it. Um, Sometimes it's really unconscious too. It's just such a part and ingrained in their nature that, they may not even realize how, how they're doing it. But they do. They're looking out for themselves. They're self-oriented. They're selfish. And they don't think twice about what they're doing. So sorry you're going through all that, Ari. It's a tough world out there right now. It really is.
Ari,
So many
our
ways.
granddaughter turns 20 in February, so she's around your age. And I worry about her so much, being out there and what could happen, who she trusts, who she doesn't. And it's worrisome for me because I want her to have everything go the way she wants. But yet at the same time, I know that some of these are experiences she's just going to have to go through. And I just pray that she's safe. I pray that you're safe. That's all I really want.
Ah.
So,
Don't give up. And you know what, though? But maybe, you know what? I'm not going to say that because oftentimes it's when you give up that suddenly the door opens mysteriously. Go figure. Maybe when you just let go the idea, the frustration and all that, just say, I'm done with this. I'm done with this. That something will open up. You never know. I mean, love is a funny, funny, funny thing. Don't we know that, Mr. O?
Oh, you say that like we should.
Oh,
And what kind of question or reading did Siama want?
okay.
General reading. Got
Okay.
it. All right. Hi,
My
Siama.
or your deck.
You just used your deck.
Yeah, I did. You're right. You're
General reading. All righty.
right. You know what? Be like we Aries, we don't give up very easily. We just keep realizing I'm going to win someday. And then all those people that let me go, you don't know what you're missing, right? But now I've got somebody who really understands.
General reading. Okay, so our first card is the Two of Cups. It's upright.
Oh,
Next card is the Four of Cups, which is also upright. And the last card is Strength, and that too is upright. So that's the Karma Music Tarot, by the way. So they've all come up.
all right. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I get it. I do. Okay, well, here we got the key has reared finally. Oh, so strange.
And the mice just keep showing up.
So the Four of Cups strength, God, I love that deck because I
Two
can
of Cups, Four of
see
Cups.
everything. No, I get it. I got that too. And strength. I'm going to let you go first on this one unless you're not ready.
Okay, so it's a general reading.
Yeah.
This could be about something to do with a relationship you have. You may feel you are drawing closer or feeling more comfortable with somebody. It could be a relationship you already have. It could be a new one that may be coming to you. It just feels like this partner, whether it's a partner in love or other things, but it's probably mostly pertaining to emotional feels. So in that sense, don't rule out, family members or things like that. There's somebody you really get along well with, you really trust them. And maybe the idea of this happening means there's something you guys can work on together, a project or a situation that would be helpful to you.
Oh dear. You brought up high school and I got my 50th high school reunion coming up. Ah, I hope my bully is there. I had a bully in high school, but I don't think she's coming. Anyway,
Two of Cups.
well, interesting stuff here. I think that things are going to start coming together for you, Siama. I think the Two of Cups could be about personal integration. It can be about relationships too. I can't rule out with the Two and the Four of Cups here that there could be something coming your way, somebody asking you out on a date or making an offer of some sort to you or invitation. I can't rule that out with the Two of Cups. But I would say that what I'm really seeing here is things are starting to integrate for you. You need to take a little bit of time maybe to step back. It's okay once in a while. I feel there's such positive cards here. I'm going to look at the Four of Cups in its more positive light and just say that there's opportunities for you here to really find balance within yourself, to find balance within the part of you that maybe wants to be a little bit more, how do I want to say this? Not aggressive. I don't want to say aggressive, but maybe I do. Who wants to be a little bit more pushy or forward with things, moving things along quicker, and the part of you that wants to have more balance and stability in your life. I think here there's something inside of you that, is going to find integration. I don't know. I felt that before I pulled the Lenormand, but the Lenormand kind of fits into this too. In other words, in that I think whatever might be troubling you internally or feeling a little bit out of balance is going to right itself now. I sort of feel that this kind of is almost a reading to me. It's kind of like you might be troubled by something minorly, or something just seems off to you. And that's the key for you right now. It seems off and it needs to be dealt with. Integration is necessary here. And an opportunity is coming for you to realign what's out of balance within. Whether it's health wise, whether it's body, mind, spirit not being in alignment, whatever it is.
Wow, that was pretty interesting. Have a feeling after looking at Four Cups, listening to Banshee, and putting the rest of this together, that maybe there is a relationship or a friendship that has no problems in it. It's a good, secure one. But maybe there's something that is putting it on pause right now, that Four of Cups. And maybe it's about really renegotiating where you're going. Like maybe the pause is to take time to understand where one really wants the relationship to go, or what to do with that sense of harmony or trust. And I guess that's where the strength card comes in, because maybe this is a feeling that this association really allows you to conquer or address a lot of other problems that are not necessarily in your relationship, but maybe in your circumstances around you. And you would find that basically these things are not as troublesome as you may have thought, and that application of understanding and compassion is the key to working on those as well, and maybe bringing the relationship back to full functionality and moving ahead.
Well, that was all interesting too.
I know. Thank you so much for that.
And you as well. So I think whatever resonates with you will be, what you should focus on, whether it's what he has spoke of or what I have spoke of. Sometimes we go in different ways, and that is fine. We see these things differently. All right, so that's what we have for you. Good luck with that, Sienna.
Good luck, Siama.
And we are on Marita now. And you're very welcome, Ari. I typed it in there, but just in case you
You're
didn't
welcome,
see it.
Harry.
Thank you.
Your questions are some of the most challenging ones we come across.
We like to be challenged.
I mean that in a good way.
Oh, does he?
Yes, I do.
Never know with Mr. O. I'm not saying he's a king of swords or anything, but he can. But he is a Scorpio. All right.
All right, so let's look for Marita's question. Uh, will my application for a master's degree be accepted, and will I be approved for a loan to study?
That's like two questions.
Of course.
Maybe we'll do yes, no on the loan. I think we
Okay.
can separate it that way.
Sure.
And that will depend on the application, right?
Right, we may not
So
need
let's
to,
see.
depending on
We'll only answer the second question if we get a good answer on the first, right? So we'll see how it goes. Or are they separate? Maybe you could get a loan for just going to college, but you may have to go to a different college. I don't know. I'm just thinking the one relies on the other. Okay. We have the Six of Wands reversed. Seven of Swords is upright. Oh. Wow. Four of Wands is upright. Go figure that, eh?
Yeah, I know. In Lenormand, it's the heart. and the Rider.
I'm having an interesting feeling about this that maybe for some reason
What do you got?
both questions are being answered here.
I actually thought that this was possible depending on what had happened.
Well, because I'm looking at the Six of Swords reversed and thinking to myself, I'm sorry, the Six of Wands reversed, and thinking to myself that the loan might be in jeopardy. The student loan might be the problem here. I have a feeling that that might be rejected. And why am I saying that? Because it seems like you achieve a victory, but it's an empty victory. And the support that you were expecting is not received. So what would that lead me to believe? Is that maybe you get accepted, but you do not get the financial backing you had hoped for.
That's a good way to put it. That's very interesting because uh, I might have said it a little differently, but I like what you said there.
And because we have celebration here.
The empty
So,
victory.
so there is something to celebrate, right?
Right. So I get the feeling like something happens, but it's just not what you really need to happen. You may have that acceptance. I'm a little curious about the Seven of Swords there. And maybe that plays to the dubious nature here. You sort of won or you sort of got a victory, but something else is elusive.
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to hear about these things at the same time. So, like, you might get accepted, and then you're worried, is the money going to come through? Is the money going to come through? Because it seems like some information is hidden from you and that you need to know. So, just kind of hang in there. But I do have a feeling the problem might be the financial end of it. Maybe some of it comes through, but it's not the support you had hoped for. Maybe you hoped for more. I'm not really sure here, but something isn't right, and I almost feel it's that end of it. And why? Because we also have the Rider and the Heart here. You're moving towards something you really want to do, something that you're passionate about. So that means to me, it sounds to me like that is the application for the school, and that this is about the financial end of it. I don't think we need to do a yes no.
I don't
What do you
either.
think with that?
I believe that the Four of Wands indicates that there is a possibility that things will ultimately end up well, that maybe you'll be able to be funded. It may involve, contributions from people like maybe you have somebody who is able to help you or steer you towards that. Um, I think it's important to realize that the most important part for you is to get that victory with the application or the acceptance. And so I think those are positive signs leading towards that. That once you get the acceptance, you can then put more of your attention on the financial detail. But I think you have to win that application first.
Wow. Well, I'm going with a mixed bag on that, but the thing is that I like what he said here because the four of wands can be about establishing a foundation. So I do think that even if you don't get exactly what you wanted out of the financial end of it, you might still be able to find a way to make it work. I think the most important thing to me is you getting the acceptance, and I think it's possible. So keep us posted. I'd be curious to see how that comes out for you,
Yes,
Rita.
thank you.
Good luck with that.
All right.
And we're finally on our last reading, Mary the Aries.
Mary the Aries.
And she has a good one.
All right. I'm
It'll
looking
be
forward to it.
interesting to dive into that one.
Okay, let me get my final deck then. It's going to be one of my two neon tarots.
Can you tell me the energy surrounding my Aunt Nicole? I feel like she's jealous and secretly hating on me. She's very negative and chaotic, and I'm having a hard time keeping this relationship. Okay.
Say the first sentence again.
Yeah. Can you tell me the energy surrounding my Aunt Nicole?
All right.
And there's some reason to suspect negative feelings that she has towards Mary.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
Okay, the first card is Temperance.
Oh, wow.
It's upright.
Wow.
The second card is the Four of Wands.
They're all good cards,
The
pretty
third
much.
card is the Moon.
But
But I'm wondering if, the moon is our only clue to what you're observing or what you feel is observable, and that maybe there is something mysterious that you don't know going on there. Just gonna throw this out. Is it possible that she's doing a surprise for you and she doesn't know how to be discreet? So it sort of comes off as like, why is she doing that? Like she sort of presents as a guilty. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there as an idea. I think you probably know better.
well, considering the details you gave us, this is a bizarre reading all the way around. I'm going to show you this because,
Bouquet?
hmm,
Hmm. And the letter.
no,
Oh, I'm sorry. The book.
yeah.
Sorry. Book. Book. Well, I almost wonder if there's something unknown going on here about Auntie.
Well, I think it's possible here that Temperance is here to basically say that this relationship can find balance, that something
Okay.
needs to be done maybe to achieve that, let's say. But I do think that harmony can be achieved between the two of you. And maybe it comes from,
Four of Wands.
well, and maybe it comes from sharing, supporting one another. Maybe somebody has to, maybe you, I hate to say it, you have to try to reach out and maybe offer them more support, or maybe some good words about things that they're doing just to make them feel better about themselves. I feel like this is just such a positive, so many positive cards here. It's hard for me to imagine something's even wrong. Maybe she's acting out because of other things that are going on in her life. Because it seems like between the two of you, balance can be achieved. A foundation can be established that's more balanced. And I think here maybe you have to break the cloud of uncertainty as to what's going on here. Maybe you have to, just say, hey, you know, is there something I'm doing that's bothering you? Maybe you just have to open up, because the moon is talking about things that are hidden and that are being held back and that need to be brought out. And maybe it might not end up being that bad at all, or maybe you will find out that they're having something else going on in their life that's really making them act out this way. There's a lot of uncertainty here. So that's the one thing I'm wondering about. And you have to dive deeper into this in order to make things more stable in this relationship. But I have to say, from what I'm seeing here, including the Lenormand, it's possible.
These are very interesting cards, and I wonder if there's something about your mutual family besides each other that is part of that, or something about the family. That's the Four of Wands talking to me with that. But then I see the book over here too, and of course, maybe that's talking about the history of the family or that part of the family. I still get the feeling like maybe whatever is bothering her is something else that maybe is connective to between you two in the sense of the family. Is it something that happened a generation back or years ago with, the other person in your life that, is connected to your aunt? Like one of your parents is apparently their sibling or sibling-in-law. So I get the feeling like Banshee said, like I said earlier, that maybe there is a mystery going on here, but the cards sort of feel like there should be more connecting you or more supporting you. So, what is indeed bugging Nicole? We're not totally getting the picture, perhaps.
No, we're not. And the cards are saying more needs to be discovered. It's really interesting to me to see the flowers here and temperance. They go hand in hand. And the book and the moon. They go hand in hand too. So I think what it is saying here, you really need to dive into this to get to the bottom of it, because harmony can be restored, joy can come back, or some semblance of peace and harmony. The flowers are a very positive card. Maybe a peace offering of some sort is needed here. That maybe, sit down and have coffee with this person and try to get to the bottom of it. I also like something that Mr. O touched on that made me think about family or friends of hers or someone else's. Is somebody else instigating her behavior towards you? Is somebody else feeding her things about you that is causing this to happen? That I can't rule out that there is some outside influence here, and maybe that's why it's not showing up in the cards.
Nothing is stranger than family interactions. We've heard it all, sadly, over the years about, misunderstandings or unresolved breakups in a family, and they gather a lot of momentum about them, and they're hard to resolve that.
So, I mean, really, I was thinking about this question as we were shuffling our cards, and this is not the what I expected card
No.
wise to show here. Um, but this is what it is. So it's telling me that there is potential here that it is fixable. So maybe if you can get to the bottom of it, it'd be worth it. But you have to decide. Nobody should put up with being treated badly for any reason. I mean, even if it is something else's, why is she taking it out on you? So I do feel it's up to you to decide how you want to handle this. But I think the cards are really trying to tell us here it could be fixable. So I wish you luck with that. Good luck with that. Good to see you again here, Mary.
All right, Mary. And so that's it for our
That is it. Woo! Half hour into overtime. Definitely the Lions are over, I'm sure. But I will find out the victory, which I hope was theirs. Fingers crossed.
Gina.
Gina's gone. We needed
Right.
Claudia here. She would have kept me abreast.
So don't forget to watch us this week. We'll be back live on Thursday night. We're hoping to have our new segment out sometime during the week, WTF with TFT.
And I
It's gonna
think
be
you'll
cool.
enjoy this one. It's not going to be anything uber political, but it is something timely and it's something we've been dealing with. And it affects the collective. So we want to share it with you to figure out what TF is going on.
So we'll see you next time.
And look for Unhappy Hour, which will also be coming out really soon.
Yeah, probably tomorrow night.
Yes. So take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for joining us. Thank you again, Gina, for your donation. We appreciate it. And we hope to see you all soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.